Hello everyone and welcome to my video. This will be my predictions for Rise Update 3.0. So I'm just going to tell you what I think and what I think is coming, and then I'll have my hopes for it at the end. That may be a little bit more unrealistic. So first off, I put Apex Zenogre, which is kind of obvious because he is on the mural. He is one of the last deviants to knock in an Apex, and yeah, he's basically confirmed, so that's just a safe bet to put him there. And then next is at least one Elder Dragon. So over here I put for likely bets, I put Valstrax because he has been leaked, even though I don't want to bring up leaks because leaks can be very wrong sometimes, like with the Joker leak or with the Grinch leak in Smash, where everyone thought it was right and it was just completely wrong. I also put on here for Elder Dragon, Lunastra and Kieran because they're both really annoying fights, but they are pretty likely to get in because Teostra is already in here and Kieran is not that crazy of an Elder Dragon to just shove in there. Next, I put one frontier monster slash mechanic. I just think this because, you know, a monster would really fit in. They've put Lavassioth and the other bird one in mainline series so far, and the flagship Magna Malo has some frontier combos, so I think there is a chance for at least one monster to get in. I'm not sure about this update, but probably in the future or in any DLC. And the most likely monster I think to come in from Frontier is Paria, just because it is a really, you could see it in a mainline game, whereas some of the other Frontier monsters may be a little bit more out there. And it just has a easier to pronounce name. I know that's not like a huge factor, but it is easier to pronounce than some of the other Frontier monsters. And next, I put one normal monster, one or more. For these, I put Quetzalcoatl, one of the crabs, maybe Narjarala, Tetsu, or Plesioth, just because they've gotten a bunch of the Elder Dragons out already. So I think they probably want to just reel it back and put in some more normal monsters now that they've gotten a bunch of Elder Dragons in the game. Next on my list is one flagship monster. I think they'll probably add a flagship in this update because, you know, I don't know, it just seems kind of likely. And for these I put for likely ones, I put Legaia Cruz, Astalos, Seregios, and Gormagala. I think Astalos or Seregios will get in, probably not both, just because they are kind of similar monsters with similar names. Even if you haven't fought them, their fights are very different, but on a surface level they kind of are similar monsters, so I would say maybe one or the other will get in, probably not both. Legaia Cruz, everyone's been asking for it. Leviathans are in again, and it's just a really cool monster that will probably get into the game. Next is one or more variant slash subspecies. I think they're probably going to add it in this update because the update's 1.4 gigs. It's a pretty big update, and it seems like to really finish off the game it would be good to add in variants or subspecies, just because it kind of felt like they're missing from the actual game. So yeah, and it's a really easy shoe-in to do. Next, I put in one unexpected monster. And for examples, I did Yamasukami, Genmaran, Gammoth, or Monoblos. Just something crazy. I feel like they have something up their sleeve that they're just ready to put out in this update, and I really hope they do. Next, I put and more. I feel like they're going to tease us again with a secret monster in the actual game that they don't show in any trailers or anything, kind of like they did with Basil last time. Next, I put Apexes in normal quest. Now, I know that the original 3 are in normal quest, but I believe that Apex Rathalos and Apex Diablos will probably be in normal quest too. Yeah, it just seems about time for them to do that. It kind of makes sense that they put in the base ones last time and now the update ones this time. Now I'm doing my hopes because those were kind of the more realistic things that they probably will add in 3.0. Well, my hopes are more radical things slash things that they will probably bring into the game later down the line. Alright, so first is Agnactor. I really hope Agnactor comes back in, just because he is really unique. He's better Lavassioth, and I feel like, you know, he already has his small monster version, so it wouldn't be too difficult for them to put it in. Next is Zamtrios, kind of for the same reasons, just because really unique monster. They already have Zamites in, and yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone would really like it, but it seems kind of too far-fetched right now to put it in the game. Alright, next is Chameleos Turf War. Now, I don't think it's going to be put in 3.0 because I feel like if they were planning on it right away, they would just do a turf war for him as soon as he gets added into the game. So I feel like their community kind of has to kind of push for it a bit more for them to add a turf war for Chameleos into the game, and I'm really hoping for it. Alright, next is Apex Armor. I feel like everyone's kind of asking for Apex Armor in 3.0 when I don't think they're planning on adding Apexes into 2.0 like out of Quest originally. So I feel like they're going to need a little bit more time to add armor for them. So that's why I'm thinking that they're going to come after 3.0 gets out. Alright, next is all of the Fated 4. Now, I really hope that all of the Fated 4 get in, even though Glavenus was in the last game. But I don't think they're all going to get in. I think there's probably a small chance. I doubt that Ganeth will get in, even though I'm really hoping for it. Next is Shigeru Magala. I feel like in 3.0, they may add Gold Magala, but definitely not Shigeru. And I feel like Shigeru is kind of like a thing for DLC or a big expansion later down the line. So yeah, I doubt that he's going to be coming in 3.0, so that's why I put him on my hopes list. Alright, next is Dalamadur. I really hope Dalamadur will get into Rise, but I highly doubt it. I feel like he fits more with World, but you know, it's just a hope that I have. It's kind of out there, but yeah. Alright, next, Dire Morales. I really hope Dire Morales will get into Rise. He's probably my number one, like, out there pick to get into Rise, just because he's such a cool monster. And I feel like they could just get rid of the water mechanic with him and probably figure something out to put him in the game. But I am really hoping for him to get in, even though I think he probably won't. Next, Gogmazios. I feel like Gogmazios probably won't get in either, even though there's a lot of community like push for him to get in, just because he's such a big monster and there's no real place for him to be fought right now. I feel like they would have to create a whole new arena for him to get in, and I don't think that's really feasible in 3.0. Maybe in DLC, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, and finally, my last hope is a Nintendo collab. I feel like it's kind of inevitable, but it's in my hopes list because I doubt it will be coming in 3.0. I think it probably will be coming in either 4.0 or DLC, and I'm just really hoping for it because there's so many directions they could go with. It depends really on what Nintendo does for E3, because if they're really pushing for, let's say, Metroid or Zelda, then I could totally see like Queen Metroid getting in as a boss, or Metroid Armor, or if they're pushing more towards Zelda, then like Epona like they did in Stories, Link Gear, and maybe even Dark Beast Ganon as a monster. But my all-time most wanted Nintendo collab is probably Fury Bowser, just because I think it could be really sick and he could give really cool armor. Alright, thank you everyone for listening. This has been my predictions for Rise 3.0 update. We just have until Wednesday until we know what it is, so I hope everyone's excited. If you did like this video, please subscribe for more Monster Hunter content, and I will see you guys later.